That one's not
This
working,
camera
right?
is also rolling.
We're chilling.
We're
Okay, then we can definitely
I just
start.
would
We are rolling on both, right? I'm
we
just
are
making
rolling
sure.
on-
Cut this out, Caroline. We can
You can
start
keep
with this
talking.
one. This one's fantastic.
Okay.
We're having a great time. It's fine. The last podcast, which is going to make the trailer, I cut someone's hair.
Oh.
I'm not asking to cut yours. I'm just saying it's an option. If you
Maybe
needed a
next time.
haircut,
Maybe
like I
next time.
could do it.
Yeah,
I honestly
maybe
did a
next time.
great job.
I got some stuff coming
You got
up
a
I need
guy?
to- No, I don't have a guy, but I have some stuff coming up. I don't know if I can take the risk yet.
The botch. You
Yeah,
get a
yeah.
botch haircut. So who are you?
Where should I look?
Timmy. You're not looking at any. You're just hanging out. It'd be very strange if you.
Should I get under the covers?
I am. I wouldn't make you do that.
I'm really bad in front of cameras. I just did. Well, we'll get into. I just did like a weird campaign thing. Ask me about that later. It'll be
Okay.
about that.
I'll ask you about that later.
Hi.
Do you
Hi.
want some tea?
Is it hot? Is it gonna burn me?
No.
Okay, good.
It's a pretty fair temperature.
Cool. I have hand tremors though, so I'm gonna be very cautious.
And you're wearing white pants.
Yeah. I don't think things through.
You have hand tremors and you sew all day?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it sucks. Going on the machine is fine though. It's just
Okay.
like hand sewing. Like I took a hand knitting class because it was mandatory last year, and oh wow, that was the worst thing ever.
Wow.
It was really rough.
Perseverance, though.
Yeah,
Not
it's fine.
respect.
Oh, also I'm Simon.
Okay, continue on that. Who else are you?
My name is Simon David Goldman. I'm 21 and I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
Actually, Chicago.
Actually,
Not-
Chicago, not from the suburbs.
I was a little drunk when I met you, but I remember distinctly that someone was like, "Oh, I'm from Chicago too,"
Yeah, no,
and you're like,
they don't
"No,
get,
you're
they don't
not."
get that. They don't. No. I have a roommate who's from Rafa, who is from the suburbs, and the first time I met him, said he was from Chicago, and he really isn't. So yeah, that's a big pet peeve of mine because most kids you will meet are from like suburbs around Chicago, but not actual city.
Yeah. Let's get back to who are you though.
Okay.
So.
I am a fashion designer who mainly focuses on menswear, but I like just creating clothes that everyone can wear really. But definitely like a more like traditionally masculine style and stuff because I reference a lot of, early like 1940s through 60s clothing in my work.
Anything have to do with the war movies that you watch?
No, but being sort of like growing up at home, my dad is very into like I have one pair of good jeans that I'll wear until you can't wear them anymore. And it's like you spend money on like one thing that'll last forever. So like I've grown up with the idea of like clothes for life. Like you get a jacket that you can literally like pass down to the next generation. You can maybe spend like a lot of money on one pair of boots, but that one pair of boots will last your whole life. So like quality over quantity and like really respecting and learning about the craftsmanship and the materials and just everything and how something's put together more than just getting a lot of random stuff.
Yeah, but you get so much shit for free. How do you live in a non-materialistic way?
Oh, sadly, I'm working on that.
Okay.
I think it's mostly, in my design practice, sustainability comes first always. It's really hard, especially doing social media stuff, because you just pump money into random things. It's like really silly to see almost. You go to an event, you go to a dinner, and then you leave with this massive goodie bag of stuff that honestly you can't use. So like my roommates get really happy. My friends are happy because if I go to a thing for like a makeup company, then, give some stuff to my friends. It's nice because someone around me will use it and will appreciate it all. But I do honestly feel bad for taking some of the stuff because even though you're meant to take it and they want you to take it because they want you to post about it, it just feels so weird.
What is the thing on TikTok that you think separates you from other people? And it's okay to have a list.
I don't really know. I think the main thing is for me, a lot of the fashion TikTok community and just like TikTok in general is such a negative space. And like my whole thing on my page is I keep it really educational. Like I try to help people start their like sewing journeys, learn about like navigating going to fashion school, how to start sewing, finding all the best like online free resources, and also like helping up and coming designers and giving them a platform to show off their work. So that's kind of what I do, and I try to do it in a lens that's not very influencery, where it's more of like, let me help you start this thing because it's been really great for me. And especially when I was getting into fashion, there's no one out there who like answers those questions for you, so you really have to fend for yourself. Like, what do I put in my portfolio? what equipment do I need at home and just like all these things, and it's like really trial and error. So I want to be like that person that can hopefully answer some of these questions for people.
Yeah.
And it's been great so far.
Who did you go to when you were in that position?
I was lucky enough. I had this one amazing teacher at the weekend classes that I would do in Chicago for fashion design. Her name was Kylie Alexander. She's the a fashion like instructor, professor at School of the Art Institute. And she was just super helpful with all that stuff.
And from there, were you taking it super seriously, or was it still a hobby then?
So in high school, I really started the fashion. I always cared about clothing and like how I dressed and stuff like that.
Oh my God, wait, your outfits as a little kid must have been wild.
Oh, no.
Were they out there?
They were rough.
Really?
There was one point where I would have like a fedora and like fake glasses.
I was very into fedoras too.
Oh, fedoras are wicked. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I grew up quite chubby.
Okay, same.
You know, I'd be going to like Old Navy and getting whatever the boys husky cargo shorts wore and stuff like that. I loved a good pair of cargo shorts, I can't lie. But yeah, I grew up like kind of chubby, so I'd always be like really like aware of like what I was wearing and trying to find things that make me felt good. And then yeah, it was definitely a journey. And then in high school, I found fashion. I really wanted this like designer shirt. My mom said I couldn't get it, which makes sense because who the hell is going to buy their high school kid a $400 like patchwork flannel? So she told me to make it. I went to the thrift store and then I sewed it that night, and that's kind of how I started.
She told you to make it?
Yeah, she was like, you can just make this, which is like usually really annoying. Like if you're going through a museum and someone's like, I could have made that.
Yeah, when you're like, shut up.
But it worked. It like it didn't work because it was not what it was.
But
not
it
the
worked
same thing,
to set you off.
And it worked to like give me a new hobby, and you know, sewing was great therapy for me through high school and still is, because you know I can sit down and sew for like 8 hours at a time because it's just like really calming and meditative. Yeah.
From there, it was very. Also, you have fantastic posture, and I can't tell.
Oh no, I
you're...
don't. I'm like slouchy.
No.
Yeah.
When you walk, you have great posture.
Have you noticed I bounce when I walk? That's like one
thing.
Little bit. That's one thing I get made fun of.
It's upwards.
Yeah. No. I guess I walk on like the balls of my feet.
I walk like a short person walks, like with steam and kind of like forehead first.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's.
Like I'm always like mad, like baby rager walk, kind of. I think go make it is like, I don't know.
It's really important.
Like, really important.
Yeah.
It's also important for people to be like bored and have their friends when they're a kid. To me.
Oh, 100%.
Really important.
But I always had like friends. I had great friends from growing up, everything like that. Oh, tea's making me gassy. you can cut that one. Actually, you don't have to cut that. I'm fine with that. It is important, you know. Yeah. I think it was really helpful that I didn't feel like perfectly comfortable in any situation, because it made me kind of look for and search for that place where I did feel really comfortable and where I did feel really happy.
Yeah.
And I was lucky enough to find that, and I know a lot of people don't find that till later in life, so like I'm very grateful I did.
Yeah. That's interesting that you say like uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable inspired you to be creative. Like I had a very different approach to creativity. Mm-hmm. It wasn't being uncomfortable, it was being like just feeling untapped. Got it. Feeling like a lot of untapped potential. But being uncomfortable is an interesting place to start from. Yeah, I don't know. That's like just a different perspective I've never heard, you know?
I think uncomfortable is probably not the perfect word for it, but I think it fits quite well for like at least my experience. I always used to do like a lot of random hobbies, like everything like I did fencing, I played squash, I did ultimate frisbee, I did trumpet. I've played guitar for like 15 years, like, and I'm still with guitar, but like I've just bounced around to like so many random things that I'm like, this is fun, but it never really stuck. That once you find that thing that like really sticks, you have to, my whole idea was like, I need to overdo this to see if it's actually something I want to pursue. Okay. So like instead of taking only 3 hours of classes every weekend at the Art Institute, I bumped it up to 9 hours every single weekend to see if I would get bored of it, and I just didn't. So like my whole like, before I went to art school, I was like, I need to overdo this shit. Can I swear? Much swearing. I need to overdo this shit just to see if it's actually right for me. And if I got bored or something, then I'm like, okay, why would I spend all this money in 4 years of my life going to school for it? And I didn't get bored, and that's why I'm here.
Do you think you have the same approach to people?
I'm very weird with people, I think.
That sounds terrible.
I have a weird relationship with people in general. I think COVID kind of messed that up a lot.
Of course.
Because like over COVID, I was back in Chicago. I'm terrible with communicating like over the phone. So like I just did not keep in touch with like anyone. I have a lot of like really great friends that, you know, I've grown up with, but we don't have to talk for 6 months, and then you hang out with them in person and everything is normal and perfect.
Yeah.
Like just how you left off. I think that is my favorite type of friendship, honestly, because yeah, no, it depends. I think that that's really important for everyone to have, because, you know, you truly know these people for exactly who they are before, you know, they're finding all these different parts of their identity, but you know them at their base, like at their core, which I think is really important to have those connections where it's like, I've known you since you were 3, you know, even if we haven't talked for a year, I still know who you are. But yeah, no, I'm weird because I
avoided the question.
Yeah. Okay, fine. I'll get back into it. I like people and I don't like people at the same time. I'm forced to be really public with a lot of things that I do, you know, with social media and everything like that. That I do like privacy at the same time. Especially with people, I'll have to go to events and do things like that. But I never really like, I don't go out. I don't like party. I don't do like things like that. So it's like, I'm not one to like reach out to people and be like, yo, let's go hang out tonight. What are you doing right now? Stuff like that. So I'm
really,
like, yeah, I'm the most social, antisocial person there is, I feel like, because like I love talking to people. Like I'll happily, if someone reaches out, like I'll go hang out. We'll do whatever. It's really fun. But then like I really do like my alone time to kind of just like work or walk or do really whatever. But no, I love talking to people is the thing. Like if I'm put in that setting, like I'll talk to anyone. Same with my dad. Like he'll just talk to random people on the street. Like you can't get him to stop talking to people. Yeah. And I wish I got a bit more of that. But I love meeting new people. It's just I'm very weird with letting people get close in my life. This is about to get deep.
It's supposed to. It's supposed to. Drink the tea. Let's get deep.
It's really good tea.
You didn't answer my question, which was, do you do that with people? Do you think you overdo it with people like you overdo it with hobbies?
No, I don't think so. I think like I'm definitely a very like loyal friend and everything like that, you know.
Lieberman.
Yeah. Once I like trust a person and I'm comfortable enough with them, like like I'll never like move away because like, you know, it's very hard for me to trust someone like fully. Tea makes me sleepy. Is this decaf?
No, it's okay. No, it's not. Well, I mean, it is decaf.
Okay. No,
but when you said decaf, I forgot the definition.
Okay.
And I was like, it doesn't make you sleepy. It's just not energetic.
It's not gonna
Yeah. But, you know, like I overdo things. If I like a certain meal, I'll probably fucking get it 5 times a week.
We're very similar with that. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's something that I really try to avoid when approaching people. Like in a relationship, if someone's like, I'd like to see you tomorrow and I saw them yesterday. Yeah. It's a hard no on that. Like even if I like them so much and I'm like, I want to like see them every day. Like,
you give yourself the space though.
Yeah. It's so easy to approach people in the same way as I approach like meals, TV, media, all the things. Yeah. Hobbies, but I try not to.
No, yeah.
It's so interesting because you're like not that you're not well, not that you're not functioning if you're an introvert. Yeah. But you're a highly functioning introvert that needs to be extroverted at times.
I think it's more of this. It's like what I present to people and when I'm like talking with people in public, which happens a lot, is like I'll only talk about very specific things. So that's why like most people, if you like just meet me or something like that, or like we've been hanging out for a little bit, you'll only know about like the fashion side of me and that like part of my identity. But getting past that barrier that's where it like where you gotta work for like yeah.
Also very Libra thing, but we don't have to talk about astrology. Your big 3 is gorgeous, by the way.
Thank you. You said I was like made in a lab, so
yeah. No, I've been getting bad vibes from the internet lately. What?
It's a scary spot. It honestly is really frightening. It's a lot to deal with, especially if you get to the point where you're like it's taking up most of your time. It's hard to deal with.
How has it been for you?
It's been really interesting. It's still like a culture shock that I'm by no means like a big creator yet. I have a lot of friends who have, 9-10 million followers, and I honestly don't know how they do it. well, they have like teams and stuff that help with them, but like even with my like agent, who I absolutely love, who like will help me with emails and like reaching out to people for me and contract, I honestly couldn't do it without her. And even with her, it's still like a lot, because you have to be creating content like every single day and going to either events, meetings and stuff like that. Like I'm taking a very different approach to social media than like most of my other like fashion TikTok friends. Like I don't do like the like outfit of the day, like random things like that. I really use it for a platform to like kind of like help me in my design journey and like my design career. So like when I release something, I'll have people who care and want to see it. And like I do stuff in real life in fashion too. Like I'm company.
I love that you just said in real life.
In real life, well, there's
The
well, that's the thing is TikTok, people who follow me, they really only see exactly what I show them and what I post.
Right.
And what I post is pretty much just me talking business, designers, or like advice. Like there's not much more to it than that. Now that's my authentic self though, but it's like that's the sliver I choose to show on there, because I don't want to overshare. And there are a lot of people that share everything about their lives on TikTok, and I'm like, I don't know how you do it, because like I don't want 150,000 people knowing what I'm doing. Like that's
you don't
scary.
want like 30 people knowing what you're doing.
No.
I'm very different in that way, where like, you know, the world right now is built on like parasocial relationships, which is an insane concept.
Yeah,
it is an insane concept to be like, ooh, you think you know me but you don't.
Yeah.
Like, I think I seem quite open on my podcast.
Yeah,
but I'm like such a private person.
And I've only met you a few times, and we've had some good talks even before this.
Yeah, of course.
It's very comfortable, and it's a good environment. Yeah.
I mean,
well, look at the podcast we're in. We're on a bed. So.
We're on a bed. Sidetracked. I've been following you for like 4 years. I'm pretty sure we followed each other for like a really long time.
I didn't even I don't know how long, but definitely a really long time.
Like before.
Oh, like probably pre-COVID, easy pre-COVID.
Yeah, definitely pre-COVID. Like I remember seeing your design, like, I think in high school, honestly. So I've like,
cool.
which is pretty cool. And then meeting you was like so random, because I was like, wait.
Because it was so like late in the game.
It's late in the game.
Yeah. Very nice friend group. Really nice people.
Very talented, hot friend group. Like it's kind of crazy.
It's a power group.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, you're done with your tea?
Yeah. Oh, I could drink like 10 of those. But the parasocial relationship thing is weird, because like for me, like I think I seem really open and you know, I'm very good at talking about things after they happen.
Ah, okay.
Not good at present moment.
We're similar.
Understanding my feelings in the moment. Like when I'm in an argument, like I go mute.
Well, I think it's better to like take the back seat in that and like process everything first before you say something you might not mean. So I think that's like actually kind of like a wise way to go about those things.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very different in those situations.
Are you super reactionary?
No, I'm more of like, I just try to think of things in such a practical way.
Yeah, same.
Which is not always the best, because I need to be especially like more probably emotional in specific situations, but like going about things in a more like practical way, where you try to see like, why is this person, like where are they coming from in this conversation? That's what I try to think. And you know, I'll end up spending all my time in the moment just like trying to figure out like, why are they feeling this way? What was something like that before like having that upfront conversation, and like it makes me feel kind of distant from it.
I'm also quite logical when I'm in an argument, and like it's not the most sensitive thing. Like I have some sensitive friends that I'm so blunt and harsh that I don't know if we could have a functional friendship. Yeah, because I like that I'm a problem solver. I like being a fixer.
Everyone needs that.
Yes everyone kind of needs the mom role in the friend group.
100%. Yeah, I literally, first week I came to school, this is so off track, I taught my roommates how to fucking cook a sunny side up egg. It was like, you crack it and then you leave it in here till it looks like something you want to eat. There's no other way. Maybe
some hot sauce, but that's literally you're the mom of the group.
Like I'll like cook dinner for like my one roommate who's like always home. But then, like, of course, I'll make him do the dishes if I'm, like, cooking the whole time. But everyone needs that, I feel like. Yeah.
I don't love it, though, because sometimes... Actually, I'll use this example. I was in a relationship, and, like, we were, like, going away the next day or whatever. It wasn't clear that we were going to go, but it was, like, up in the air. And we saw each other next day, and we were, like, getting ready to go. and they had their stuff, and I was like, oh, you didn't confirm. I didn't think we were going.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, you said it earlier in the day. And I was like, okay, but why didn't you remind me?
Yeah, just be like upfront about like.
And I was like really upset. I was so emotional. It was early in the morning, like all the things, and I literally was like, sometimes I need to be mommed.
No, yeah, no, exactly.
And I told that, and they were like, you told your boyfriend that, and I was like, yeah. Sometimes you need to be mommed in the partnership. Like,
no, it's true. Yeah,
it's totally true.
I need that because I'm like really forgetful too.
Really? You don't seem.
Here's the thing. I always have things going on. My notes document is the only reason I somewhat function. It is scary.
Really?
I have just one notes document where I have everything from like TikTok ideas, meetings, and shit like that. But it'll go for like weeks in advance, and I'll somehow like remember that I wrote it on there. So it's like you scroll through like thousands. You're not
like
a
Google Calendar bitch.
Oh no! I don't have the patience for that. I don't have like
I need it. I check in with my Google Calendar every day.
I feel like I need it too, but I'm just like I don't feel like I would give myself the time to actually become organized like that.
You sleep better, I have to say. When you're organized, you do sleep better. Oh.
Can they see our feet? Is this? I don't know how close up this is.
I don't hope so.
Oh, okay.
Because. No, I don't know if they can see our feet.
Fun fact about me, I don't know if they can see it here. I wear wool socks everywhere.
Everywhere? All times of the year?
All times.
Even summer?
Wool socks are the best for everything.
Why?
They're just the best.
Tell me.
Do you know I was talking about clothes for life?
Yeah.
This brand of sock I'm wearing, it literally lifetime warranty, and if they get a hole, you just like get a new pair.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have many pairs of them.
Yeah, no, I love wool. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't have one pair of socks. Yeah, no,
How do you manage having friends in this industry? And also with your, view on people.
No, I have a lot of really good friends. I think it's hard for me to make a lot of new friends probably because I don't it's really upsetting. I don't have a lot of time to do things.
Is it upsetting?
Sometimes. I wish I had a little bit more free time to do just like random things. Like the free time I get, I want to spend alone, like go for a walk or go for a bike ride because like I need to decompress from everything. Especially for me, I need to be surrounded by like really motivated people, like people that like won't just sit home, people that'll like want to go out or have like a big hobby or something like that. Like I don't want someone who's just going to sit at home, turn on the TV or watch YouTube for like 5 hours. I can't be around that.
Yes, same.
And it's nothing like I have nothing against those people. If that works for you, that works for you. Oh my god, this tea is really making me burp a lot. But it was just not like that's not something that works for me. So I need to be around people who are like really hardworking and stuff because that motivates me.
Yeah.
To keep going. So like 2 of my roommates are architecture students. They're never fucking home till like 3 a.m. Because they're always in the studio working.
Do you struggle with being friends with people that aren't creators? When you're in these types of things that take a lot of work to do and you're always creating, you're always trying to be better and you're always trying to create something new. I feel like a lot of people don't understand that like sometimes your alone time has to be your creative time.
That is my creative time. Yeah.
Someone who I was friends with was like, when was the last time you were alone? And I was like, oh, last week. They were like, you were writing all day.
But that's fun,
But
that's
it's
what
fun.
You want to do. Yeah.
Well, I need to. Like, I don't have the privilege of not writing all day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm sure when you're the same way when you feel creative, you have to drop things.
Yeah. It is hard. I think it's still definitely important to have like multiple things that aren't just your like one main thing though. So like, got my bike up here the other week. I like my walks. I like concerts. I like playing the guitar. Like there's just like a lot of other things there too. But yeah, no, it is hard because a lot of people like I love having friends who aren't creatives as well, but are just really passionate about whatever they're passionate about because talking about fashion 24/7 I love, but I also like it's really important to have a little bit of a break from it too.
Yeah.
So like even if this person is like really into, this is such a bad example because I hate talking about it, but like cryptocurrency, one of my best friends is like a big crypto dude and I'm like I can't talk about it anymore with him, but it's like nice knowing that he's super passionate about this, whatever. If he makes a ton of money, like hopefully he'll get me dinner or something. But it is really hard for those people to understand like, oh, you were in the studio all day, you need a break from that, let's go have fun. I'm like, but that was fun. And
also I'm fucking tired.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah.
There's not 30 hours in the day.
No.
Yeah.
That would be really nice.
That would be really nice.
Yeah.
You are a hard wall to break down.
Me? No, I don't think I am. I think I'm pretty this is pretty good for me.
Really? This is good. Oh, We
Give me
get
some
people
hard hitters
crying.
in. Yeah. Oh, I used to be a big crier.
Really? Like at
Oh, yeah.
everything?
No, not at everything. But I was I don't know what COVID did to me, but I was super emotional like pre-COVID, like forever, my whole life.
Interesting.
There you go. I'm gonna give you a little.
That is interesting.
I haven't cried since COVID.
You're fucking lying.
Okay. Well, wait. Yeah. Okay. Yes, except. Yeah.
Word.
So that was. I did shed some tears.
Right.
Yeah.
I happy cry more than sad cry.
Wait. I have an idea.
What? Yeah, what I do?
Cut
this out, Caroline.
We can go back in.
I film a video on December 4th.
Amazing. So we'll do something together.
Yes, absolutely.
We're gonna do a cool project together.
And you're not gonna know about
You're
it.
not gonna know. I'm gonna go crisscross applesauce now. I'm gonna get
I think so too, because I'm like, I went on a ghost tour the other day. This is going in so many directions.
My like 10th birthday was I was like this painted black school bus, and we went on a ghost tour around Chicago. It was amazing.
Yeah, no, I love ghost tour. Every city I go to, I usually take a ghost tour. My friend was like, "Do you believe in ghosts?" And I was like, "I'm Hispanic. I don't think I'm allowed to not believe in ghosts."
I believe in ghosts. I feel like everyone should believe in ghosts.
I think it's weird not to.
But it's also like ghosts aren't bad. I don't
know.
Yeah.
No. I actually heard whether you believe in ghosts, whether you don't believe in ghosts, it's like when someone makes toast, like in their house, and there's no toast there anymore, you could still tell that there was toast.
Still, yeah.
Even if you've done everything to get rid of the smell, you can still tell that there was toast there.
Yeah.
And then if you burn the toast, it lasts even longer.
That's
that's
true.
why ghosts that are hurt
stay I like that. That's good.
Longer.
Yeah.
And I was like, what a way to explain such a nice concept.
Yeah.
It's really nice. What were you talking about?
I don't know, like TV.
Wait, like what is your Google rabbit hole or YouTube rabbit hole? Oh, I'd love to see your For You page on YouTube.
So my YouTube will be a mix of cooking stuff.
Okay.
Whether it's British Baking Show or Action Bronson's cooking stuff, or do you know Maddie Matheson?
Yes.
Okay, I love him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I bought his cooking book when it came out.
Okay.
Yeah, no. His stuff. Shoot, what even is it? There's this one. Did you ever watch like American Pickers or anything like that?
Yes.
So like a lot of those types of shows where people like, I love antique stores and like antiquing and stuff like that. My favorite thing. So there's this one, I forget what it's called, but there's like this British guy that goes to these crazy, country homes in London that have been there in the same family for like hundreds of years, and just like goes and buys just random stuff that they have.
Oh my God, I love that.
So you get to see like insane houses and estates, and then he just buys their furniture and shit.
Ugh.
And I love that. And then what else is
Did you
mine?
ver think about going into interior design?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're like the first person that said no.
I just it's not something I'm probably really strong at.
Do you think you'd be good at designing your apartment though? Like when you move?
Oh yeah. No, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
I just couldn't design for other people.
Right.
Because I can't tell what other people really like.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what I like and I know what I want to make, and that's an issue I have. Oh my God, the tea again. It's
Is that an issue you have with fashion?
Yeah, especially with my school. It's like they push me to be very experimental and do things like very avant-garde stuff. And I'm like, I want to wear clothes that I can walk around the streets of New York and see someone wearing my design every single day.
Yeah.
Like that's what I want. And they're like, no, just think about doing this in this way and maybe extending the shoulders to like here. And I'm like, absolutely not. Like, why create all this waste that'll be cool for maybe a photo, but it's not practical.
100%.
So like, I could never do something like that. They'll be like, they'll give me an assignment. They'll be like, Simon, make a bodysuit. I'm like, what about my style makes you think that I could design a bodysuit?
Or
like,
would want to.
Yeah. So I ended up making like I'm gonna wear it because I won't make something this year that I'm either not gonna wear or add to my portfolio because I want to be really responsible with everything I make. But I made like this like old like boiler suit just for myself, and that was my take on the bodysuit. My teacher she was like, she really liked it, but she was like, this is not the assignment. I'm like, yeah, I know. That was the point.
Yeah.
Because like I'm not gonna make a skin tight bodysuit because I'm not gonna wear a skin tight bodysuit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the issue. I just can't get in other people's heads really.
What's next?
What's next? I'm just kind of doing what I'm doing. I think over COVID, one thing I really learned about myself is I need to focus on myself, because I was very much that emotional person that would like, before myself, do everything for other people, which I learned was really damaging and really messed me up. So now like just doing things that make me happy. So I'm going to continue to keep doing things that make me happy, and hopefully...
You mean prioritizing yourself?
Yeah, and hopefully finding some more friends and stuff, and like a good group of like just new people to surround myself with too. Because I love all my friends and everything like that, but of course, you know, let's always want to meet more people.
Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about your creativity lately?
If it wasn't for school, I'd be at a 10.
Okay.
With school, because all the tedious like core classes and stuff I have to do that take up my time, I'm probably at like a 7 now. But I can still produce a lot of work. But yeah, I just wish I had like a little less stuff going on.
Who do you think that I would know, that the listener would know, is very forward in fashion? Like underratedly killing it?
That's hard. Because my whole thing is like, I love young designers, like either in college or out of college, and see how they navigate everything. Jonathan Anderson is probably my favorite designer of all, like one of my favorite designers of all time, and very much like people like fight me on this, but I think he's the greatest designer of our generation. What he's doing with J.W. Anderson and Loewe. I don't know if you're familiar.
Yeah,
okay.
familiar.
But like most people, if they're designers for like big companies and have their own names, like one of the brands suffers, but with him, he's still producing like the most incredible work I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And even like he did this thing, this is kind of silly, but he did this thing on TikTok where he made this like chunky crochet sweater and then held like a contest and had thousands of kids like remake this sweater that he made. And instead of being like, you stole my work, which is a huge thing in the fashion industry, he was reposting like every single one. Like it was a huge thing that he made, and he loves this community because he was able to kind of bring in everyone from fashion, because nobody can afford like a $3,000 cardigan.
Yeah.
But now everyone was able to feel like a part of the brand with this. So
yeah,
I want people to be doing more things like that. I want like more inclusivity, less of a wall in the fashion industry.
How do you think you'll be doing that?
How do I?
Yeah, in your own work.
It's kind of going to be how I present my work and kind of how I present myself too. You know, if I get a lot of DMs, a lot from just random people, like a lot of people who are trying to be like, what's your advice for like submitting my portfolio? Do you have any advice of what I should include or not include? So like I've been able to help so many people, like refer them to like my older teachers and stuff, to have them literally get on Zoom calls to like critique their portfolios to help them and stuff. And I've actually held Zoom calls where I'll have like 40 people on them, and we'll just like talk and like give advice, and I'll have a few of my other like fashion designer school friends on it too. So it's like, instead of just like being inaccessible, just respond to people. It doesn't take too much time. Like
it's not a big deal to
it's
respond
really
to people.
And it might get to the point where I have a bigger following and stuff like that, but I still want to be like, if you ask me a question and it's a good question, like you're gonna get an answer, because like there is no one person that can answer this for you, and if you come to me, that means you trust me, and then I'm gonna do my best to help.
Right. That's really nice. That's a really good perspective to have that not a lot of people have.
Yeah, I just think it might get a lot is the thing that I'm worried about.
Of course. Well, you do the best you can.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But then also, hopefully I can find more people and create more of a network of people that will be willing to help, and hopefully other people will be following. Yeah. Would you ever have a stylist? Like someone that like dresses you for everything?
Yeah, but if I had unlimited funds, I don't think I'd need one. I have a pretty good sense of style.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like, if I had more money, it would be...
If I had more money, I don't think I'd need one, but it'd be nice to have, like... Low-key, my mom kind of acts like my stylist.
Oh, my mom buys me clothes still.
Yeah, my mom still buys me clothes. Like, one last question. What would you tell yourself a year from now?
In the future? In
the future. No, never mind. What would you tell yourself a year from now in the past?
Oh, like mid-COVID? Just like reach out to people.
Okay.
Like check in on people a bit more. Because I think that was something that I was really lacking over COVID, and that if I was feeling that way, I feel like a lot of people were probably feeling that way. So, you know, I wish I was probably I feel like I'm a good friend, but I wish I, gave the random person not a random person, but gave a friend a FaceTime once in a while a bit more.
Yeah.
Because, it was a really isolating time for everyone. Even if you're in New York living with your roommates, like, that poses its own challenges. I was in Chicago with, like, just, like, focus in on the people around you a bit more, just to make sure everyone's doing okay. Because I think mental health is really key, especially moving forward if COVID really taught us anything.
Yeah. Do you think you're doing that now a little?
Yeah, I'm doing that a lot more.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, it's all about growth.
Yeah. That's a good way to end it.
Yeah,
we're good.
Yeah.
Do you feel good?
I feel good. That was a nice conversation.
Yeah. You are really hard to get to.
I don't try to be. That's the thing.
You're quite difficult. We're done!
What did you guys talk about?
She tried to crack me.
Yeah. Uncrackable
Classic
egg.
Caroline Meade.
No, I did. It was,
Crack a little bit.
a little bit.